Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Bartemis here, and it's been a long time since I've done a video. If you recall, I was all about Fortnite, and my intention was to play Fortnite and to get good at it. It didn't really work out so well for me. As you would have seen in the video, why does Bartemis suck at Fortnite? There's a few reasons why I don't think I ever really took to Fortnite. If there was a Fortnite mode without building, maybe I would be very dangerous in it, but there isn't, and so I've decided to move on. Now, I just want you to look at this. We're here in Roblox, and I'm quite an Epic Minigames fan. You may not know this, but I've played Epic Minigames quite a lot, and so I've decided that I'm going to switch from the name that I've come up with. Get a load of this: 5 games with Bartemis. How cool is that? 5 games with Bartemis. So Bartemis is going to play 5 games, just 5. We want to keep these videos reasonably short. So 5 games with Bartemis. And I'm going to talk through my strategy, because, yeah, with level 60 and 3,575 wins under my belt, I think I am probably in a position to give some kind of good advice about how to succeed at some of these games. So this is Epic Minigames, for those of you who don't know. Epic Minigames is a game set, it's got a lobby like many Roblox games have, and randomly, every so often, a minigame is chosen. Now you can buy a minigame up here for Robux, or you can just wait and one will be randomly chosen for you. The thing is that if you choose a game, you get to play the game you want. Otherwise, you may not. You may have to live with the game that they've picked for you. There's tons of games. I think they're into the 60s now, possibly even 70 different mini-games in total. Several different modes. There's controller mini-games, there's individual mini-games, and there's team mini-games. I don't know what we're going to get today in our 5 games with Bartemis, but hopefully we get a decent spread of different games. Right. One of the things I love about this game, I love the music. It's got a really awesome soundtrack. There's some really cool songs, especially in the lobby. 4 corners containment. Okay, this game is pure luck. Do not try and think of it any other way. It's purely random. And the thing with random numbers is that you've got no way of influencing it. And just because, see, there's 4 corners, yellow, green, red, and blue. You have to pick one. And you have to go all the way into here, and water will rise. And one of the colours, so this time it's red, so we're okay, because we're in blue. Now, you might sort of think, okay, red's just been this time, so if I go to red this time, I'm not likely to get water in there. Not necessarily. That's not the way randomness and probability work. So what I find the best strategy for this is I say, you just pick your strategy at the start, pick your 4 colours, and stick to it. Don't get influenced. Don't try and convince yourself that you can outsmart it. Okay, I've picked green. That was dumb. I'm going to die. So, in the meantime, when we go back to the lobby, let's spectate and we'll just see how these players are doing over here. So, well, I hope you're enjoying your stay in red, not green, like Bartemis chose and died straight away. There's 4 rounds of this, by the way. That was the second round that I died on. So, K-Venton 11 is going for green this time. Probably thinking, oh, well, because green went last time, it's not going to go again. And then it's a possibility. I mean, but the thing is, it doesn't change. Each time, there's an equal probability of any of the 4 colours being the one that fills up with water. So you can't outsmart it. You've got to pick your numbers, pick your colours, and stick to them. Alright, where are we going this time? We're going across into blue again. Okay. Hey, cool dog. That's a really cool dog. And I don't know what's happened to the music. It's just decided to stop randomly for no reason. Red is filling up, so K-Venton 11 is going to get a win on this minigame, and so is his partner here, who's dressed similarly to him. In fact, they might even be friends, brothers. Value is his name. Alright. Second game with Bartemis. What's it going to be this time? What are we doing up here? Okay, lava forecast. So, you start off on a circular platform and bubbles of lava fall from the sky. You have to avoid being hit by them. You know when a lava bubble is going to fall because you see a shadow appear, and it gives you a couple of seconds after the shadow appears. See, there's shadows over there, so don't stand under the shadows, because if you do, you'll get hit by a falling lava ball. So we'll just move around there. You'll notice that I play on PC, and I use the mouse to kind of control my view. I don't always. Parkour games, I tend not to use the mouse, but a lot of the time I find it easier. Oh, look at that. So that is how you win lava forecast. So really, it's just a case of just getting out of the way, and you've also got to remember that the shadow arrives, you've got a couple of seconds, so you can walk through the shadow for a little bit. You just can't stay in the shadow forever. Okay. Pipeworks Sewers. This is the third minigame with Bartemis. There's two different versions of Pipeworks. There's Sewers, which is the solo one, and there's Duos, which is obviously the Duos one. Duos, you get paired up with a random player, and in both cases the game's the same, but in Sewers, the pipes that you are walking up and down to fix are a lot shorter. So, okay, so holes come through, and you've got to hammer the holes to fill them. The more holes you get in the pipe, the faster it fills up with water. Eventually it will get to the stage where there is so much water in there that you will drown and you'll die and you won't get the win. Obviously you don't want that. You just want to keep the water from getting too high. You see what I'm doing? I'm just turning left, right. There's a little bit of optimization in this. You've got to kind of think, okay, where do I want to go? And sometimes you'll get 2 or 3 holes at one stage on different sides. See, like that there? I could have gone back to the centre, but it didn't make sense. But sometimes you'll get them in the centre, and sometimes you get them on the other side of the centre. So you've got to kind of think, well, you know, it doesn't make sense to walk all the way down the end and then all the way back down another end. So you really think about spending as little time walking as you possibly can. That's the aim. Because when you're walking, you can't be plugging the holes. There you go, look at that. That's how you win Pipeworks. Playing Pipeworks Duos, there's a different strategy to that. We'll come to that when we play Pipeworks Duos. Blox City Brawl. Okay, now Blox City Brawl is it's a player versus player mini game, and you basically walk around with a fist punching other players. I'm actually not a big fan of these games where you rip on other players. I don't know. I've never been a big competitive kind of person. Saying that, when you're playing epic mini games, you know, you don't get that choice, so you just kind of have to play by the rules. Oh dear, I wore some pretty big hits then. Oh, no, that's the end of me. Yeah, see, PvP games, I won't say I suck at them. I've won that one before, but I don't really enjoy them. I don't like being mean to other players, really, that's what it boils down to. Okay, minigame number 5 in 5 games with Bartemis. What's it going to be today? In approximately 9 seconds, we will know. Uncertain ground. This game is similar to Lava Forecast in a way, in the setting at least. You know, it looks very similar. You're standing on a platform, there's a lot of lava, there's red, there's a black sky. The objective is different, however. Now, you can't see it yet, but this is actually a platform made up of a grid. And you've got to know that from the beginning. So where I'm standing right now, I'm on a single block, so I've got to get out of the way. See how it opens up? So I think it's actually 4x4 grid. Yes, it is. And so you really just have to stand out of the way. The thing is that you've got to make sure you leave yourself a bit of room. If I was to move to the far side over here, and then the one immediately right of me was a problem, and my one was a problem, I would get trapped. So you've got to make sure that you don't do that. We seem to have some really weird laggy behaviour here today. Oh gee, this could get dangerous. I could be isolated here. I'm in trouble. I'm in big trouble. Oh, really? Okay, we made it across. Gee, this is bizarre lag on here today. It's not really a very good example of what this game is normally like. Nonetheless, you've seen it. So that's Uncertain Ground. That's 5 games of Bartemis. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll catch you again next time.